Now, the whole purpose, allegedly, for Musk buying Twitter was to protect free speech. Is there any indication of how he plans to do that?
Well, for those who are wondering if and when former President Donald Trump might be allowed back on the platform, Musk is now saying that that is not going to be anytime soon. It'll be at least a few weeks once the company has established some clear processes for bringing back banned accounts. So Musk has said that he's forming a content moderation and election integrity council that will include representatives with widely divergent views. And he's also said he's talked to representatives from the NAACP and the Anti-Defamation League. That set off a lot of alarm bells for conservatives who say that these are the kind of left-wing groups that Twitter was already listening to. But on the other hand, this week we saw twice that Twitter fact-checked both President Biden and the official White House account. So conservatives celebrated that move, which they saw as something of a new approach for Twitter. And Musk replied, quote, "The system is working."
Okay, so maybe warrant for some cautious optimism for conservatives there. Megan, thanks for reporting.
Just on that, this is something that Elon Musk was clear about, that he wanted to basically have both sides be upset with him. And if both sides were upset, then he must be doing something right. And so I don't like the idea, like I've said, I don't like the idea of content moderator board or things like that. I think just a legal process is enough. And if people have broken the law, then they should be removed from social media, obviously, and they should be tried in a court of law in front of their peers. The problem with these courts that are set up in these companies they're able to take away your freedom to speak. They're able to take away your living if you make a living on these platforms, let's say on YouTube or Instagram. So they're able to take away a huge part of your life. And so that should be a legal process. It is complicated because I'm a big believer in the free market, but I'm also a bigger believer in our God-given rights, our natural rights that adhere to us naturally. A few of those being the freedom of speech, the freedom to say what you believe to be true, the freedom to worship, how you choose to worship. If those things are under threat, it's the government's job to protect them, even if that threat is coming from a private company. That's how I feel. I think he's kind of hitting that spot where he's like, well, I might, increase the pornographic content. The right wing's not going to like that. I don't like that. And then I'm also going to fact check these left-wing accounts when it's appropriate, and then the left doesn't like that. And I think the laws will change now that Elon Musk is in charge, but we'll see about that, to change up the laws and readdress what's happening in Section 230 of the Communication Decency Act that gives these platforms these big protections, legal protections, so that it's very difficult to sue or to win a lawsuit against them.
Anytime. That was Daily Wire culture reporter Megan Basham.
Coming up, the political response to President Biden's election denier speech.